PETA asks, this fur is fake.
That's it.
Hey guys, this is TZG Gaming, bringing you a daily dose of information. We're doing a bit of a overhaul with our channel, bringing in more content, which the Scottish Ninja will kind of go over briefly.
What are you hid? So we're going to add a little bit more content to our channel as far as games are concerned. We're going to touch on a couple more things such as Battlefield 3, StarCraft 2, Skyrim, as well as some up-and-coming games like Guild Wars 2. We also have with us today Storm.
What's up, everyone?
Who I think will start us off today.
Alright, here we go. First, we'll be starting out with the new League of Legends patch that'll be coming out. We're going to talk about some different aspects of it, go through what we think, things like that. So first, we're going to start off with the dodge aspect. They're removing it from the game. So what do you guys think about that? Go ahead, Hayden.
Boo! I love dodge. I play AD carry and AP carry, but I still love it just because dodge has saved my ass so many times running around under a tower. How about you, Scott? I know it's probably going to be sore for you.
Yeah, I gotta say it's definitely a kick in the groin to say the least. You know, I play Uter a lot, and he's built almost entirely around dodge with his passive, and so this is a major hit to him, and I want to see what they're gonna do to kind of lessen the blow a little bit.
Well, you do understand why they're changing it up in order to move some of these. They had to make specific weapons just to counter dodge, which is why they're getting rid of it, because they didn't want to make weapons like that. Being someone who doesn't really play anything with dodge, because I just walk around, you know, I can see why they're doing it. Yeah, it sucks, but I think everything will just kind of shift and people will find new roles to fill.
Well, how's Jax going to work? He's going to be useless. The whole thing was locked with dodge proc, which kind of made him just a beast.
I have a feeling they'll rework him. We'll probably see in a following patch, depending on how he works out. Maybe a few patches down the road, they'll change him, how he works and stuff like that. We've seen that for a lot of other characters there.
True, but Jax. Although I don't even play Jax anymore, just Jax.
I don't know. It's going to definitely do a big change to the game, and we'll see what happens as it plays out, and we'll continue on with these feeds and give you information on it. Included in this change is the jungle change. So there's two parts to this. One, all the different jungles, so wolves, race, are all getting buffs. Along with this, though, everything in the jungle is being reduced to make it easier for new players coming into the game. And then they're also changing potions. So we'll start off with the jungle changes. I'll let Scott take this one away.
Well, I can kind of understand where they're coming from with this change. I know when I first tried to start jungling, I was only like level 15 summon or something like that, and without all the masteries and runes, it is a lot harder to do. And so getting players to try it earlier before level 30 is definitely a good idea. And I kind of like the idea of having buffs on all of the monsters. I'm not sure how well it's going to play out because I haven't seen what the buffs do yet. But it's kind of an interesting idea. As well, potions, I think that we're going to find that affects the lane more than it affects the jungle. Potions in the jungle were sort of just that little bit of a help up. I know I have a couple jungles I don't actually have to use potions, I just do because it tops me off a little bit and it helps. What do you think, Indy?
I think having lesser potions is going to help not be as good for lane sustain, so I think it's gonna be more like the little bit harassed is gonna do that extra little bit more, and then with the minions doing less damage, they're just gonna be able to kind of walk in and, you know, if you're half health, finish you off with a decent gank. So it's gonna make combat more. It's gonna happen more often. I think there's gonna be more deaths, or at least more attempts to kill people.
But that was kind of the goal they've had for a long time. From what we've seen, they've always talked about wanting to get more action in there, so in a way it's good. It'll be good for the esports field of it. For lower levels it'd probably be more frustrating because you don't have that fallback where you can heal more, you can stay behind your minions, be more safe.
Smurf accounts will be amazing then.
yes, they'll be good. For me personally, I'll be able to jungle. I've never been able to jungle. I've only done it once. So I'll be actually able to try and not look like a complete failure.
Idiot.
Yeah. So I guess also with this change, we'll move on to the next section. We have the new hero coming out.
Yeah, the something
The
bear.
VoliBear patch preview.
Yeah, the
Well, that's
VoliBear.
the patch itself. VoliBear is the new hero. I haven't had a chance to actually look into him too much if someone else wants to talk about him.
I actually have him up right now, as a matter of fact. So, this new champion is an armored bear, who, from my understanding, commands lightning, which is really badass. To give you an idea of what his skills are like, he has a chasing skill that allows him to run faster when he's chasing enemy champions. He has a frenzy skill. I don't know if this is a toggle or not. It sounds like a toggle. But his repeated attacks grant him an additional attack speed. And after 4 attacks, he does a vicious bite, I would assume for bonus damage. He also has something called Majestic Roar, where he actually does damage in a cone in front of him while slowing enemies. And this also fears monsters and minions, which is kind of an interesting feature. His ultimate is Channel, that allows him... No, it can't be a channel. It says channels, but I don't think it's actually a channel. It changes his attack so that it do bonus lightning damage that bounces to nearby enemies, which is really weird.
Like a chain lightning from like Diablo 2.
Yeah, something like that. And he also, his passive is sort of get home after taking a lot of damage thing. Whenever his health hits a critical level, he starts healing rapidly, which is kind of interesting.
I have a feeling we're going to see this guy in the jungle. He sounds like he'd be actually quite viable with some of his abilities in there. I mean, I don't know juggling that well.
Yeah, I can see it.
He's got the Majestic Roar. That'd be pretty good for ganks, slow and fear.
Yeah.
Well, he's fear the minions, a bit of damage, but his passive sounds really strong. And Frenzy kind of sounds like Vane's Silver Arrow, like with the ticks, and then it just does a lot.
Or Uter's Phoenix. Every 3 hits is bonus damage.
Yeah.
I think from the sound that'll be similar to Uter's Phoenix style. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. I'm still hoping for a new support hero. One day.
Yeah. You and like 12 other guys are.
I know, right? It's all about the supports.
It would be nice if they'd actually release one though.
Yeah, it would give some of those. So we also have the spectator mode is currently in beta. Have you guys had a chance to try it out? I haven't personally.
No.
I actually I went looking to see how to do it, and from what I saw, you actually have to like go and try to join an existing custom game to try it out, and I never got to the point where I tried to do it.
Well, I did see it at MLG while I was watching some of the games. I tuned into the streams there, and they do add a delay. I think it's like 2 to 5 minutes. I can't remember. So that there's nothing like that. It seems pretty functionally able to move around. I know they had some bugs with it here and there, but you know you can play to actually just watch it. It's pretty good. You can watch everything. There's the delay there, which is really good for esports stuff. I haven't seen the actual replays of rewinding or if it even can do that, which I think a lot of people were wanting, but we'll see.
I think, well, replay's been able to do like reverse, hasn't it?
Yes, that has, but it doesn't work. It
Well,
works, but it's not totally functional. There's a lot of issues with it.
Aren't they gonna like integrate both of them?
Well, one of
Because
them's not illegal. Like it's not from Riot. Someone else is
No.
it, I think, if I understand correctly. I don't know. I haven't used it. I've just played.
I haven't used it either. I'm just thinking if they took kind of the similar ideas and put it together for like after the game, just like StarCraft 2 saved file, open her up, analyze your play.
Yeah. Well,
Critique your teammates.
they also have Dota 2 coming out, which has a immense replay system with so many features that they do have to compete against that. So I think there's high expectations for it, and we'll see. Otherwise, they're going to have a lot of competition in there. Up next, we have Season 2. Season 2 is starting up. So we're going to have lots of big tournaments. I know there's the IPL, MLG, another one I can't remember. that are all contributing to that with a prize pool of $5 million spread out through all these different tournaments.
You can also put in a form to like make your own tournament, and they could sponsor your tournament for the prize money. You just have to do all the organizing and getting all the paperwork done, which I think is pretty cool that they're kind of putting a hand out to the community to help make League of Legends bigger than it is.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing that competitive side, which will be good because it'll grow the game for those who like the game and love playing it. It'll only allow us to add more content, which is good for everyone who likes playing it, but also can be costly on your wallet.
Yeah.
Last week we have our own ranked team that we will hopefully start playing. I'm almost level 30, and I think the rest of them are either close to or are level 30.
We all are.
Okay, so I'm the only failure here, but I'll be there soon. I'm almost there. I got one more level in a little bit. And then you're going to see us start playing. We have our regulars, which is the three of us, obviously. India here, Scottish Ninja, myself, Diestorm, and Seth Lewis. You've seen him probably on our channels quite a few times. He's one of our regulars, and then it switches up between Mooshark and Irare.
Yeah.
Being our fifth, and you'll see that kind of the core five, or group of five, even though there's 6 of us playing in our competitive matches, and we're going to see what we can do there.
Yeah, I'd really enjoy it if we could actually get a little somewhere. I think that'd be good. 1, publicity. 2, who doesn't like being badass at a video game?
I know, right?
Chicks dig it.
Definitely. But that's going to
Maybe in
conclude
Korea.
our League of Legends patch section. So we're going to move on to our next section now. Alright, next up we have our Guild Wars section, which Scottish Ninja is going to lead us on. It's just going to give us some information about it. We're going to talk about it, see if there's any important parts. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, firstly, I want to correct you and say that it's Guild Wars 2 that I want to talk about, not Guild Wars. Guild Wars has been out for a while and hasn't changed too much in the past couple of years. But Guild Wars 2 is ArenaNet's new game they've been working on for, I believe, 3.5 years now, in the same world that Guild Wars took place in. If you guys haven't seen any information on it, be sure to check out their website. There's a lot of cool changes that are coming. What was that?
We'll link it in the description
We
below.
will definitely link it. There's a lot I can go on about, but I'm just going to touch on a couple of the recent articles they've released. One that I'm looking at here right now is how they're changing cinematic conversations. So, as I'm sure any of you who have played an MMORPG are well aware, whenever you select to get a quest, you have a paragraph to read, and you get it from a guy who says the same line over and over again every time you come there. And so Guild Wars 2 is trying to change that so that for at least the important quests that you go and grab, they actually have a cinematic conversation that comes out so that you and your character are sitting there talking in cinematography. And so there's a lot of work going into just this basic little piece. I think that's going to make it a lot better than a lot of RPGs out there right now. With this, they're also doing a whole lot of voiceovers. So there was this statistic they had out, I think it was a couple months ago now, where they actually told a press conference like how much voice is actually going into this game, and something like the equivalent to 3 feature-length films. So imagine taking 3 fully animated films and how much voice acting has to go into it, and put that all into one game in one atmosphere. So you can tell right off the bat that they're putting a lot into the little things that make the game that much better. And I think that's probably the reason that I'm most looking forward to this game, is it's got all these little things in it that are going to make it so fantastic. Not to mention the big things, which I'll probably touch on some other time when they release more information on.
Yeah, we're definitely excited. I know that I was an avid Guild Wars player, the first one there, and I believe Hayden, I know Scott was.
I actually wasn't, believe it or not.
Scott wasn't, I was.
Oh.
Scott would help with builds. That's like all he did.
Yeah, it's sort of like my StarCraft 2. I can play it in theory, but can't play it in practice.
I was an avid player, loved that game. I couldn't wait for a sequel to come out, and I've been waiting forever, I know personally, so super excited. We'll definitely have lots of content of the actual gameplay once it comes out, for sure. But that'll wrap up our Guild Wars section here. We're just going to move on to the next section. Alright, so next up we have StarCraft 2. We are going to have some more videos of that coming out on the channel. I personally have been, me and a friend of mine, Accelerator, I don't know if we've ever had a video with him on there, but I think we have. Do you guys remember if he was in any of them?
I remember recording with him at the very beginning, and I'm just double checking, and it looks like no. There's been nothing here. Considering he came up with a name, he hasn't been in a video.
Yeah, he actually came up with their name here. Well, helped us. We were just trying to decide of a name, but unfortunately, most of the videos he was in either didn't work out or there's issues and stuff. So we'll probably see more of him. Maybe not talking, but him gameplay. Me and him are in a quest to get into the Masters League in TV2. We are currently high level diamond. I think we were first place, but we haven't played for a bit, so we'll probably be like 10th by now in our league. But we're gonna get to Masters hopefully soon, and then we can show you some Masters 2 we do play. Along with that, me and Hayden are probably gonna play some games, which, you know, they're more see what we can do, see where we can go. We're not on a quest to get to Masters. If we get there, awesome, but you know, we're just there to have fun and do stupid things. We also might do some of our famous 4v4s of cannon rush into mothership into carrier.
No, it's mothership into carrier.
No, sorry.
And yours is cannon rush into DT into
mothership
something.
or carriers. Definitely a lot of fun. The mothership won't be in the expansion, Heart of the Swarm.
So I don't know.
So
I don't know anything to make.
No, we're gonna have to go to like Thor Rush because they'll only be allowed one of those or something crazy like
I
that.
have to do a race change then. I have to have the unit that you can only have one of.
I know
I'm
then.
not changing.
You gotta go
but
Terran. You can only have one Thor.
We'll definitely have some more content for StarCraft coming out. I'll be doing 1v1s hopefully too, so if I have a chance, maybe some of us will jump on and replay the replay and do a recording of that. But that'll end our StarCraft section. We'll definitely have more to come in the future. Next up we have the Skyrim section, which we've been having a lot of fun. I've been playing it a lot. I haven't got very far because I started over a few times, couldn't decide what I wanted to do or what character I wanted to be, but I'm still playing through. I'm getting there. But Hayden's been playing a lot more and he wants to talk a bit about it, so he's going to take over.
Fun game, fun storyline, good graphics. You feel somewhat engaged, and that is all that is Skyrim. A wonderful adventure. Like, the graphics I am in love with. Just all the little, like, weird little things you can do to play. Although you can really abuse some of the pathing on the enemies, like, very badly. Mammoths don't fit under bridges, and you just sit under the bridge and kill the mammoth. That's kind of, I guess, if you choose to play the game like that. I've been playing as a plated, like, full armor type deal. Did the quest to become a werewolf, and I don't know, there's just so many different ways you can play it, which I think is a great way to have that game. How have you been doing it, Matt?
I've been mainly focusing on magic, destruction, and healing. Like I said, I haven't got very far, so I've just kind of been doing a bit here and there. Heavy armor, I have a shield. I've been doing destruction and healing. I've also been using the bow and sword, so I haven't really picked a path yet, but I am only a little bit in. Like, I've just kind of went through the first city, got my first shout, I think, headed off to the next city. So I'm not very far at all, but I've been enjoying it a lot. You had mentioned earlier something that you didn't like about the game, to do with housing.
Oh yeah, you can't really customize your house that much. Like, you can buy all the little attachments and stuff, but I found like this dwarven, I don't know, it's like half an arch. I'm like, this would look really good on my table. It takes way too long to place on the table, but I couldn't get it oriented or anything, so now it's just sitting on the floor because I got angry and refused to sell it because I think it's badass. But only like little things that, most people probably go like, who would want to put crap all over their house? I do, but I can't really do it effectively. And that pretty much concludes my thoughts on Skyrim. I really enjoy it. It's got a lot of neat dynamics, and little quirks to it.
Yeah, we're also going to hopefully get some gameplay up of that just here and there. We'll see how that goes. It really depends if our computers melt or not. But that'll conclude our Skyrim section. We're going to talk about the Tribes Ascend beta. I personally got into the beta. I had most likely to do because I also played the game I can't remember, Global Agenda. So I pretty much had access to the beta from the start. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's definitely a hard game because there's a lot of momentum. You have to get momentum to get anywhere. It's all about, you know, hitting the hills at the right angle and stuff like that, as well as you have to lead pretty much all the guns. If you don't lead your shot, you ain't gonna hit them, especially at the speeds they're going. So it's a lot of fun. I try to get some videos out of it when I get knowing what I'm doing. I've still only played a little bit, so like there's vehicles and stuff. I have no idea how to buy the vehicles, but I'm gonna figure it out. But that's just a quick blurb on the beta there and the videos. And then we're gonna be wrapping up, and Scott's gonna be talking about kind of the Christmas/holidays wish list, some of the big games and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this Christmas season, we got a really large selection on new games that have come out, both for console and for PC. I'm sure you guys can think of more titles than I can, but off the top of my head, I can think of the ones we've touched on, like Skyrim, Battlefield 3, as well as some we haven't, like the new Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which I've heard a lot of good things about. I've actually heard it's supposed to be better than Ocarina of Time. Whether I believe it or not, I can't imagine it myself, but that's just me. Also, we had some games from earlier on this year that people haven't picked them up. They'll surely be wanting them in the Christmas season. Like, however you pronounce Deus Ex or Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex, that's how it's said?
Yep.
Well, that's no fun. I like Deus Ex. So, pick up that Deus Ex this holiday season.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
That you want to do? You want what?
No.
Deus
isn't
Ex.
That like,
is that's how you thought it was pronounced?
Isn't it like two in Spanish? Deus?
No, it's Deus Ex.
Oh,
Well,
I
that's
said
weird.
it like you said it the first time, and then someone who'd been playing it for a long time that I knew was like, no, that's wrong. Deus Ex. Like, all right.
Now I know.
Now you know, and someone will say it,
Now
and
I
you'll
know.
correct them.
I probably won't. I don't care that much. But anyways, so yeah, Deus Ex. You'll want to pick that up this holiday season. Also coming to Nintendo 3DS, the new Mario Kart 7. Looks like a really intense game, I have to say. And I've heard rumors there's actually going to be a first-person way you can play it, so you can actually play it first person on your little DS and have things whipping by your head so you can dodge them, as I always like to do in games. Beyond that, I can't think of any other titles. How about you guys?
Batman, Arkham City. I know
Oh, yeah, I've
it's
heard.
really popular. Assassin's Creed Revelation. I don't think there's really anything more big coming out other than there's the Star Wars MMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But for the rest of the year, I don't think there's a whole lot. A lot of them have already got their games out. I think there's like maybe one or two that I can't remember. But that's pretty much it. And that's going to wrap up this daily information.
Daily dose of information.
There you go. And this will be one of our bigger ones. Throughout the week, we're going to have smaller ones. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
These guys.
Like and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page. That'd be wonderful.
See you later.